You've tried the spreadsheet. You've tried the app. You've tried writing everything down in a notebook that's now buried somewhere in your nightstand. And yet here you are, staring at your bank account, wondering why there's still more month left at the end of the month than your money. Here's what nobody's telling you. Most budgeting advice was written for people who split rent, split utilities, split the grocery bill, and have a second income to catch the overflow. When you're single, one missed paycheck is not an inconvenience, it's a crisis. And every budget you've tried has failed because it was never built for you. But here's the good news. The problem isn't you, it's the system you've been given. And once you see why every budget has failed, you'll know exactly what to do about it. Hi, I'm Teresa. I'm a certified financial coach, and I've sat with dozens of women who told me the exact same thing. I've tried budgeting. It doesn't work for me. And every time I ask them to show me what they tried, and every time I see the same thing. Traditional budgeting says, here's what you make, here's what you spend. The gap is your problem. But when you're a single woman making good money, the gap isn't the problem. The problem is that traditional budgets don't account for the invisible cost of being the only income. The car repair that nobody's splitting with you. The medical bill that's yours alone. The $200 grocery run that a partner's salary would have absorbed half of. The random Tuesday when everything hits at once and there's no backup. That's not a failure of your discipline. That's a failure of the system. So let's talk about what actually works. When every dollar has a job, there's no mystery. There's no where did my money go. There's no guilt about spending because you already decided that $150 is for fun. Spend it. That's his job. The difference between this and a traditional budget is intention. A traditional budget says don't spend more than this. Zero-based budgeting says I planned this. This money is doing exactly what I told it to do. And for a single woman, that feeling of control is everything. Because when you're the only decision maker, you need to know that every decision was yours, not a reaction to an empty account. I need to say this clearly because most women I coach have it backwards. A budget is not a punishment. It's not a list of things you can't have. It's not a straitjacket. A real budget is permission. Permission to spend money on what matters to you without guilt. Permission to say no to things that don't. Permission to wake up on a Saturday and know exactly what's available for brunch, for shopping, for whatever, because it was already planned. When you don't have a budget, every spending decision feels risky. You're scared at the checkout to check your balance. You hold your breath at checkout. When you do have a budget, every spending decision is already made. You're not guessing, you're executing a plan. And that right there is freedom. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, Teresa, I don't even know where my money goes right now. How am I supposed to assign it a job? I hear you. And that's exactly why I created my free 7-day reset ebook. 7 days, 1 week, every dollar tracked. No shame, no complicated software, just a simple step-by-step walkthrough to go from I have no idea to I know exactly what's happening. One of my clients did this and realized she was spending $280 a month on subscription she'd completely forgotten about. That's not a budget problem. That's a visibility problem. And once you see it, you can fix it. The link is right below this video. Download it today. Here's the secret nobody shares about budgeting. Discipline is overrated. People talk about budgeting like you need the willpower of a monk. White knuckling through every purchase, saying no to everything fun. Now that's exhausting. And it's why most people quit. What you actually need is a weekly date with your money. 15 minutes, coffee in hand, open your budget, check your categories, adjust as needed. Done. When I started doing this, I stopped being afraid of the bank account. The money stopped being this scary, unpredictable thing. It became something I checked in with like a friend, like a garden I was tending. And when you're single, that weekly check-in becomes your accountability partner. Nobody else is going to ask you if you stuck to the grocery budget this week, but you know, and that 15-minute date is what keeps you honest. Progress, not perfection, week by week, dollar by dollar. I have had women tell me, Teresa, I had a budget and then my car broke down and everything fell apart. And I say, your budget didn't fail. You just didn't budget for reality. The reality is that cars break. Teeth need fillings. Phones drop and shatter. These are not emergencies. They are predictable life events that happen on unpredictable schedules. This is what YNAB calls your true expenses, and it changed everything for me. You know your car will need repairs eventually. You know Christmas is in December every single year. You know your annual insurance premium is coming. So instead of these things blindsiding you, you set aside a little every month. When the bill comes, the money is already there. No stress, no scrambling. No, where am I supposed to find $800? That's not luck. That's a system. I want to go here because this matters. Proverbs 27:23 says, be sure you know the condition of your flocks. Give careful attention to your herds. Now, none of us have flocks and herds, but we do have paychecks. We do have bills. We do have savings goals, giving goals, and plans for the future. And God calls us to know the condition of these things, to give careful attention to what He has entrusted to us. A budget is not a secular spreadsheet. A budget is a stewardship prayer. It's you saying, God, I see what you've given me. Here's how I'm going to care for it. Here's how I'm going to use it for good. Here's how I'm going to honor you with it. When you look at it that way, budgeting stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like an act of worship. God, I believe this, and I believe God honors that. I've seen Him multiply what was carefully stewarded in ways that I can never explain. Now, all right, let me give you those 5 truths one more time. Number 1, every dollar needs a job before the month starts. Zero-based budgeting is the game changer. Number 2, budgeting is not restriction. It's permission to spend without guilt. Number 3, you don't need discipline. You need a 15-minute date with your money every week. Number 4, your budget can handle surprises when you plan for your true expenses. Number 5, a budget is a prayer. It's stewardship, not paperwork. Now, if this resonated with you and you're ready to stop guessing with your money, I want to invite you to do 2 things. First, grab your free 7-day reset ebook. The link is in the description. 7 days, total clarity, no excuses. Second, if you want someone in your corner building a personalized plan for your numbers, your goals, your life, book a financial clarity call with me. It's an honest conversation, and it's the first step toward the financial peace you've been chasing. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you, and never forget, you're not alone. Have a great day.